have another Iron Harvest 1v1 here.
Let's stop. Relax. So we got Mr. Doge against Chevydad. So level 40 against level 40. And we gonna see Saxony against Roosevelt. And in this case, I cannot see the map yet. All right, we're gonna need to upgrade the icons and subtitles here. So we got Mr. Doge versus Chevy. It's really sad I don't have any replays. A replay system is way better, more easy, and I can keep it going every single time and I don't need to stop. There you go. We're gonna update here really fast, and here we go. Let's go to game 3. Doge, actually Doge, not Doge. Oh my gosh, I cannot lie. Why? Against Chevydad. And let's have a look on the map.
This is a match on tracks.
Oh,
desert tracks? Do I want to go with the Earl? I could go for a Grimby and a Gunner instead, and he does spam Coco, so it might prove useful. But nah, I think I'll go with the Earl. I'm expecting massive Coco spam from him, which either means that I'll have to get Gunners, or I could try.
Alright, so this is desert tracks. This is the Dominus, so VP control map. I love that. We got Prince William, we got Equinix, double Stormtroopers here for Doge. So again, it's a very heavy reserve from Saxony, but it does work. The majority of the players, they go for that infantry build. They want to feel very comfortable, but the bigger concern here from Chevydad, it's that Olga can do a lot of damage against infantry, even against Stormtroopers. They got SMGs, and the performance here from Olga can be very severely, and in terms of damage, he still performed very well. It's Doge! I'm trying! It's Doge! Yeah, no. I just remember me like Doge. But it's Doge. I don't know why, but it's like Italian. And sorry guys. I will spell your name. Feel free to turn the audio off. I have my own casting and it's going to overlap. But no, it's fine. Actually, I really need to have a little bit of sound, and I like actually listening to units shooting and fighting for their lives on the train. So here we go. We got Chevydad here. Olga is very precise and very strong. This is one of my favorite builds. I always go for Olga, and I always go for a 3-coin mech that I can use it more efficient. In this case, the guns could have been a better option here, but I also like the Coco and Gross's combination, but we are seeing a different combination because of the map. The map is very small. Chevydad actually got a really nice reserve system, and we got Olga in reserve 1, Cocos, and Ognivo. Ognivo can be very precise and very strong in this map because it's so close. So it means the area of those nodes or iron and oil on the train is more close to it. So it's perfect for Ognivo to come in, destroy it, and run back to the base. I think that will be the idea of Chevydad. I've been seeing a lot of people and top tier players using this kind of strategy from Chevydad. Very defensive from Doge. I really like Prince William together with Equinix. So it means indirect fire. Prince William there will be more than enough to soft the battlefield in terms of indirect fire, and and it got that big massive cannons that actually can, it's a good ability there, and it can perform very well against one single mech. In this case, the Coco, you know, it still can be there on the fight, doesn't need to be too aggressive with it. Hopefully we're gonna see that in this game.
Try to match them with Isegrims, which might be possible. So the plan is to apply pressure.
So we, let me stop so we can see what Doge is going to do. From Doge playing with the blue colors, we can figure out that. Team 1, it's playing on the south side of the map, red team on the north side, and that's Roosevelt. So Saxony against Roosevelt. This is in desert track.
Tank gun, because if it does get the anti-tank gun, it's basically game over for it. Isegrims. Isegrims do lose the color calls, however. I don't think Grimbarts do, but at the same time, Grimbarts don't. I mean, yeah, but Isegrims are more fun. I'm gonna try Isegrims.
Alright, so Isegrim here, as we were listening to Doge on his Twitch and YouTube. In this case, this is a YouTube video. So the idea of Isegrim, all those frames, oh my gosh. Isegrim, it's a good unit. It's a little bit tanky. I love playing with it because of the veterancy ability. So he gives the smoke ability for the player to use it as a blitzkrieg tactic. The idea of Isegrim coming in on the battlefield, smoke, and you will be covering your back infantry or another mech that is behind, so you will be covered by the smoke, so you can flank your opponent and be aggressive. So it's a breakthrough type of tactics. That's the beautiful thing about Saxony. It's just a great faction to play in, and they look so great on the battlefield. There you go. Let's
get that grenade. Well,
let's get cover. Incoming fire. Wait for it.
all right, just lowering a little bit. So nicely done here from Doge. He's doing very well. It's fighting against Vanguard, so it's actually in an advantageous point because it's taking a lot of damage from the retreat path. He may lose that squad of stormtroopers if his opponent decides to shoot back. He may lose it. Oh my gosh! Don't tell me that he's going to lose that grenadier. Oh my gosh! That's a very tough.
Oh, I got my grenadiers.
Oh man! So early in the gameplay, that's the big issue against Vanguards. The performance of those squads they do on early. You cannot fight in terms of 1 against 1. There's no point on it. You need to have those engineers to go for melee attack, distract your opponent, and then use your double stormtroopers to focus in one single unit.
Get my grenadiers back.
So that's
another fighting squad up because
very early loss.
Missing a fighting squad as Saxony against Roosevelt does not bode well. Really doesn't.
So right now we got that early wiper, and he was a grenadier, and then in terms of numbers just means that his opponent got the same infantry unit, but he will have 2 grenadiers. So it means double grenades against you. It requires a little bit more focus and concentration from the player. Oh, workshop! Oh my gosh, workshop! So early. Alright, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Alright, so the idea of the workshop is to bring in the remaining of the stormtroopers that he did have in Reserve 1. That's a good option, but this is the kind of situation you don't want to be facing in. They got first grenade, it's a dodge, but he's still got another grenade to kite you or to push you on the map. This is a 2 against 1. You want to retreat. There's no point fighting it. You already lost that battle. There's no way you can win. Again, Saxony, you need to pick in on the fights. You need to pick correctly where you want to invest your units. You want to keep your entire army built and in the focus stage of 2 against 1. You want to be in numbers against your opponent. If you cannot do that, at least try to distract your opponent by grabbing those nodes and using engineers for that. At least you can lose the engineer, but you cannot afford to lose your infantry so early in gameplay. But he's doing very well. It's performing very well here.
You're gonna have to get in cover up here.
We are always ready.
Yes, R1.
There you go.
That's a bit of a delay on my Grim, but the infantry is just gonna make up for it, I reckon.
Alright, I'm seeing a lot of fuel here. We got 122 fuel.
Maybe.
So we got 122 fuel from Doge. He actually can go for easy rims or a green bar. That's his option here. If he wants to play in terms of defensive style, he got that 2 options. Because right now he's losing the map control, but he got fuel in the bank. He just needs a little bit more iron. It will take him like 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes of iron need. No, maybe less actually. Yeah, around 1 minute he should be able to build 1 easy rim or a green bar. Olga is very powerful here. The best thing you want to fight against Olga is when it's not in cover. If Olga is in cover, you forget it, you cannot win. Nicely done there by Chevydad, doing very well against Doge. Another squad one. Another squad will go down, unfortunately, in that retreat path. Maybe not. Oh, there you go. He's going to punish him. A couple of shots. There you go. We just saw 2 squads maybe getting totally wiped. There you go. We got a green beat.
I am at a resource deficit.
Oh, cannon being captured there from Chevy. That's a full cannon. And with the veterancy one.
It's a Grimbot, so it doesn't really care about the anti-tank.
Desert tracks give a lot of green cover possibilities for the players. You want to use that to your advantage every single time. There's a big issue with Saxony infantry. It's just the area of aiming ability of the squad is a little bit spread. So every single time those units they fight in close combat, they tend to shoot all over the place. They will miss shots in the floor, and that's the big issue for stormtroopers right now. Just they don't scale in. You really need that veterancy 1 ability just to make you a little bit stronger in the gameplay. Otherwise, again, you cannot fight if you don't have the numbers. So right now that reserve 2, actually reserve 1 from Doge, it's actually benefiting, but he doesn't have that amount of infantry units that he needs to control the battlefield. But he's doing very well. It's fighting against the top faction. He may lose another squad there on the retreat path. That's another stormtrooper. There you go.
Where the fuck do I keep losing squads?
That's like the 4th squad of infantry, man. I really don't know. We got a big push here from the vanguards, doing very well. Double grenades. Don't forget, those grenades can be very precise and it can be tons of damage against mechs and against field cannons as well. Nicely done. Veterancy 1 on the field cannon, it will perform even better. You want to use your veterancy 1 ability as soon as possible. As we saw, unfortunately, that's the cooldown there from Doge. Doge playing with the blue. Chevydad playing with the mighty Roosevelt. Good grenade there, you will do tons of damage. We got barracks going up. Plenty of iron and oil here. It needs a little bit more oil for that reserve to be released. But he needs to maintain it. There you go, nicely killed. Field cannon gets destroyed, the infantry on it gets totally wiped. And this is a good opportunity for Doge to disrupt his opponent, because his opponent is so focused there on the base. Right now we are seeing the entire map getting decaptured, and It's a totally chaos right now on the mini-map. If you have a look at it, we are seeing Doge playing so aggressive, denying those points of oil. Iron, this is the turn-back situation you're going to be in. So it means that his opponent needs to grab all the supply lines back, and it will make him busy and distracted. This is a good opportunity to kill Olga. You want to use your infantry against Olga in this kind of situation, not in cover. Don't forget. There you go, Green Bee doing what he does best against infantry units. It doesn't have range. Should be okay. There you go, more damage against those engineers. Nicely done. This is a turn back situation. So Doge was so back in the base area with a small iron and oil, but he did manage to bring his reserve. We got Eknik, we got Prince William, but still we got reserve 2 from his opponent as well. We are seeing Kolkols and Ognivos. Ognivos again is very good, and it can be very good in this kind of map. The big issue for Doge, he actually lost his fill cannon, unfortunately. And losing that fill cannon, it means that he lost that possibility to counter his opponent unit in terms of mechs. There you go, nice barrage. There you go. Very close and personal, nicely done. He may kill it, he may kill it. This is how you should be using Prince William. When your opponent it's not prepared or distracted in the gameplay, this is how you want to punish. Oh, kill Ognivo. No, kill. Oh my gosh, he needs to kill it. Oh, don't let it escape. That's a good opportunity. You just need one more shot. Oh, he should be able to it. Oh my gosh, how can he misses? Oh no, just go for it. Yeah, go for it though. Oh my gosh, he got more speed than Omnivo. That's a good opportunity. But, oh man, too late. Oh, that's a good opportunity to kill a mech. Oh, so sad. That's a very disappointing situation there. Really pity losing that opportunity to kill that Ognivo. So Ognivo did survive. It means that he will come in on gameplay back, and that could be a little bit difficult here for Doge. Well, we will see. Prince Willama is doing very well, still performing very good on the battlefield. He looks very well, and I must say that this is a turn point of event. The gameplay is just turning around to Saxon favor. So we saw a game one with a lot of losses from Doge, and now it's just coming in.
Do you have an Earl on this?
Well, we got another shot there from Kuchan. Willem awful for chasing down units because of that first deploy time. Chevy pretty down on resources at the moment, so Doge doesn't have to worry a lot. Yeah, true, because we saw that turn back. In a couple of minutes, Doge was sit there on the base with iron. Actually, with two iron.
No, we cannot win this fight. Okay,
and the oil, nothing else. And he lost his majority of infantry unit there on the retreat paths. He lost like 3 units of squads. Then he lost 2 squads on the base area as well. Oh my gosh! And then he decides to go ballsy. He sends those squads to the flanks, grabs and denies those supply lines to his opponent, and he does that correctly and very nicely here. So congrats to Doge, very clever move, and that was the turn back, and that was the possibility here. Yes, they did. They brought this from the south for sure. There you go, nicely done. Coco actually got destroyed. It's taking the opportunity to salvage. Alright, so the mistake there, Willem Econic, yes, it's pretty solid. Reserve, yes, it's a very good combination. As we saw, Willan, it's very good even against a Kolkol. I'm speaking in single one mech unit and not numbers. He still does very well. It's a very solid hero on the gameplay.
And that's GG.
He got that barrage, and he can use the cannon
So we've won this
barraging
one. I'm
as
not
well.
entirely sure how yet, but
And it can be very efficient. As we saw, he almost killed Ognivel and Kolkol at the same time with one single barrage. There you go. Nicely,
15.
GG, well played. Congrats to Doge, beautiful win. Nicely come back situation that he was. That was so close and so
That
fast, but he
was
did
smooth as hell,
very
man.
nicely.
No idea how the hell I pulled this off.
And all because he
Take a
went
look.
for those supply
Let me
lines.
look. Oh god, fucking bitch. I did lose 5 units, which is way above what I usually do, but...
If he got a bit closer to Kolkol and Ognivel, yeah, he may even double kill those units. Yes, true, Kuchen. That's 100%. Don't forget the cannon ability from Willam. It's just it's a big barrage, but if it's close enough, it can deploy a lot of damage against your opponent units because it's so the fire rate is so increased and the damage that is so crazy efficient. But again, you need to get your opponent close to you, and that was a perfect engage for Doge to kill Ognivel and the Kolkol. That skill close to unit is massive DPS. Yes, good chat. I agree, man. All right, that's all right. Opa, so this is game 3 from Doge against Chevydad. Great game, actually. A turn back situation that Doge was losing so massive in terms of infantry and gameplay, and we just saw him turning the table upside down, confronting the map and punishing his opponent there. Nicely done. Good decision there by Doge. GG, well played. All right, so we're gonna go for game 4, and thanks for the cast. Yeah, you are welcome, man. Hope you did enjoy it. And before late game, the only thing that can counter Willam, it's R2 or Phil Cannon. Yeah, Phil Cannon is a little P against Willam. Don't forget, Willam is a very slow unit, and it's so small that one shot can do 50% damage if it's delivered correctly, and but not the Kolkol alone. Yes, in massive numbers, it's a good way to counter it. That's the reason I will think Willam. It's in a solid positioning with that Econic, because it can protect the Econic a little bit for early gameplay. Having the Econic for indirect fire, killing your opponent units while you get the ability to focus on map control, and we saw that by Doge. That was the impact. So it means it requires less macro and less focus from Doge in this case, because he did have that big massive Etuli coming down on his opponent units, and that was crucial. I will think that was a clever move and a solid reserve 2. I love it, and GG, well played there. Maybe well macro, but that's not too effective on heavy armor. Yeah, Kolkol still, it's a good unit. Actually, it's a very powerful unit. Kolkol can kill Simiology very easy, and they can counter the Greenbot. Actually, I think that it can counter it. I'm not absolutely sure, because the Greenbot is a very tanky and he got more HP, so I think it will depend on rear armor shots as well. So it depends on the engagement it goes. But yeah, a little bit RNG. Let's say like that. RNG will be the decider in that type of engagement. All right, so we're gonna jump in on game 4 right now. We got Kuchan against against a lot of people, because Kuchan decided to share a lot of videos with me. So we got cereals Atlas and Silixi, if I'm not mistaken. And we got one more game that is against ACAT.